Well, hello, my little ray of sunshine. We're going to paint a cute little design that I just said, you know what? This is in my brain. I need to put it out there. So, it's a little jack-o'-lantern, and he's got a baseball cap on. So, we're going to paint him. And I made this little thing for his hat, so it'll be like a little patch for his hat, and you can put whatever you want to on the patch. I don't know what I'm going to put on it quite yet, but welcome to the replay. Glad you're here. Type hashtag replay. I'll know you watched, and I'll say, woo, sprinkles will go everywhere, and in my brain, and sprinkles, confetti, whatever you want to call it. But I'm glad you're here, hanging out with me. And let's get started. We are going to paint him. I don't know. I just thought this would be like a cute, fun little design. And I want it to be nice and bright and colorful. Not quite sure what I'm going to do as far as like the hat on the jack-o'-lantern, what color I'm going to do it. So if you have any ideas, give me some. Because I don't know. I was kind of thinking toward purple to match the vibe, but then I don't know. And I'm going to paint over like his mouth, his eyes and all that, because I'm going to go back and put it in with black. Just make my life a little easier. You know what I'm saying? This will be a quick paint. It won't take long to paint it. You know, I like instant gratification. So we're going to paint our little jack-o'-lantern. I'm not a huge Halloween girl, but I know some of y'all love it. So, you know, it ain't all about me around here. So, there you go. And it's getting to be about that time. So, we need to do some cute little fall designs for y'all. And I just thought this one would be fun. I don't know what we're going to put on the hat, what color the hat's going to be. I mean, of course, you can do all the things. I kind of thought it would be cute to do like a little, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I was leaning toward maybe like a little leopard print on the hat or something, but I'm not really quite sure. So, why is my paint all gunky? And like I said, I'm just painting over his face, and I'll put that back in because I want to add some shading on my jack-o'-lantern and make him look cute and stuff. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day. I've been on a Zoom call meeting this morning, just now hopping off, and I said, you know what? We need to paint. So here we are. Make time for joy every day. That's my motto. Doing a little something. So, get a little white paint here so I can add some details to my, and I did bright orange. It's just orange from Crafter's Collection, which is Hobby Lobby's house brand. And then I'm going to add in like a little bit of white to my pumpkin. So I'm going to do a little white, and then I'm also going to use maybe a little bit of brown just to create some depth in my jack-o'-lantern and make him not look so flat. So just a little bit of streaking in there to create some depth on him. Or her. It could be a girl. It could be a girl jack-o'-lantern, but because I love to wear a good baseball cap. Okay. Sorry. So I kind of have the white in there just a little bit, and then I want to use just a tiny bit of brown to make some grooves in him. Just to make the just to add a little bit of dark. So we got the light. We need to put a little dark in there too. Just makes him kind of come to life a little bit, you know? And then we'll go back after this dries and put his eyes and his mouth on. And I'm debating on, do we do yellow eyes? Do we do black eyes? You tell me what you think. I usually kind of go with black, maybe with a little highlight of yellow, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I've seen it both ways, but tell me what you think looks the best. Yellow eyes on a jack-o'-lantern or black? Yellow just means they're glowing from the... Okay. I'm just sort of trying to pull up a little bit of dark on the edges here. All right. Yay. Fun, fun, fun. So we got a little bit of dark and we got a little bit of light, okay? Now, I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to flip it around so that I can paint his hat. And I don't really know what color I want to do for the hat. I thought it would be kind of cute to do something fun, like maybe paint like these two a color and the bill a color, and maybe leave and do this white with like a little patch. I think that's what I'm going to do to make it look like a trucker hat, okay? So that's what we're going to go with. Understand why these people call me while I'm on a phone. And then it messes up my live. Hopefully you can still hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. So I can get off and come back on, because that's what happens. I did not go to art school, Paula. I just, you know, am self-taught and just wing it. I wing it. And I tell everybody I piddle and pray. That's what I do. But I've just had lots of practice, and I will say the more that you do it, the better you get at it. It's just, you know, I've been doing this paint parties and things like that for, you know, a good while. Let's see, maybe 12 years or so. So, I actually got into paint parties before paint parties were cool. So, and I rode that out for a long time, and they're still fun and they're still cool. I just, they required a lot of my time running a studio and all that. So, and you know, I'm just enjoying a little bit more time freedom now, and I don't really have any more like free time other than the evenings, but I am enjoying that, and God just called me away from them, and now I'm just trying to help other people do the same. So that's why I have my ArtGirls membership. So thanks. Yeah. All right. I can't decide if I want to do what color I want to do for the sides and the brim of this hat. I'm really struggling because I kind of wanted to do like fun, trendy, cute colors. Something sort of like not what I normally do. But I don't know if I should do purples or teal. I thought the teal would be kind of cute because it's different. But I feel like teal is so overused. And then I was like, well, maybe I could do hot pink. But orange, a really good color with that orange is the teal. So I might make up like a new color, not straight from the bottle teal. How's that sound? Maybe like create a pretty teal color. I don't really know. I just can't decide what color I want to do. So I think I'm gonna like mix up. I'm using like a royal blue sort of color, and then I'm gonna put a little lime green in there, and so I'm using these two, and then I'm gonna like a green and a blue. It's actually like phthalo blue, and then I'm gonna just take the white paint. Put a little white in there with it, and I'm gonna see what I get. It could be a mess, you know what I mean? But we're gonna see how it turns out. No, girl, that's pretty. That is so pretty. Yeah, we're going to go with that. I just didn't want that, like, robin's egg blue. I wanted, like, a different sort of teal color. So, I think I made it happen with this. I'm liking that. Pretty good, Ash. Pretty good. Looks good, girl. Looks good. Okay, let's paint this in on the hat. And let's see how it turns out. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. Stop it right now. That is pretty. Yeah, I like that. That goes really good with the orange. Good color combo. Trying to make like a little trucker hat. If I was a jack-o'-lantern, what would my trucker hat say? All right, so I'm just painting this in, and I'm going to paint the little knob on top of the little button on top of the hat. I'm going to paint it the same color. Yeah, I'm liking that. That is super cute. Yeah, it turned out really good. So like I said, it's just royal blue, lime green, and a little bit of white to get that. Then I'm going to do the bill of the hat. And these colors are literally like Temu paint that my mom gave me. Or Temu, however you say that, you know. I'm just here for the, that would be cute. Let's do that, Paula. I like that. I love that. I even thought it would be cute to just like paint a little piece of candy corn on the top of it. I thought that would be cute too, just to put like a little candy corn like emblem on it. I don't know. I thought that would be cute. All right, and I'm going to darken up the, I'm going to darken up this part right here, which I'm just going to use a little bit of this brown that I had left over mixed in with the, just to make like a little shadow right there. To make it look like there's a little shadow at the on the brim of the hat. It's a little bit darker. So yeah. I'm just wondering if I can fit all that on this little thing without it being too small. Let me ponder on that. All right, let's let me put another coat of white on here. It just needs another like little bit of paint on there to make it just a little more opaque. That white was put on pretty thin, so I'm going to do a little bit thicker coat of white. Hey, now. Okay. Here we go. Ah! Okay. And I didn't paint in the center really because I'm going to be putting that little patch on there, so. And I actually want to use this white brush and the paint to add like a little highlight or a little lighter paint on the brim of the hat. So to give it a little bit of depth. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing up here. And on this side, nothing too crazy, but I do want to add it. I'm getting paint all over me. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks cute. I like that. More candy, please. That's cute. Listen, I'm all about some candy. You hear me? All about some candy. Let's put, that's how I got this body, by eating lots of candy. Just so you know. Just so y'all know. It's where it came from. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's some black. Let me put a little bit of black in my, I think I'm gonna do black eyes. Maybe do like a yellow highlight. I don't know. Let's do the yellow, and then if I hate it, let's do yellow, and then if I hate it, I can paint over it with black. Let's do that. I'm down for that. Because I feel like, you know, black's easy to cover up. So if I paint the yellow and I'm like, ugh, then it's no harm, no foul. I can quickly just paint over the yellow with the black. But I just feel like he needs to be bright and colorful and fun. So let's do the yellow and maybe add like a little bit of black in the eyes. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what happens. I think I might need to add a little white in with this black, with this yellow, because I am painting over the top of orange. I feel like it might need a little bit of white added in it. It's the way it goes. Hey, Gina. You on your lunch break? Or are you working today? Are you back at work? I wasn't sure if you had went back to work yet. I think I like the yellow. I'm leaning toward that. Both, yes, okay. I thought you had went back to work, but then I got to like, you know how like you be talking to somebody and you second guess yourself? Yeah, I do that a lot. So, all right, this brush is not the best. It leaves lots of streaks in my paint. But we're gonna just go with it, and I'm just gonna paint it in. This would be a fun one for blanks for paint parties. I don't have the blank on the website yet, but I will add it. And because literally I just cut it after I was actually cutting it while I was on a Zoom call. And I just cut it and got it. So I'll get the SVG and all that added. And I will get this one added into ArtGirls as well. So, and this template will actually be really, really cute for, like, if you wanted to paint it on a canvas too, you could do that. So, lots of options with these. Doesn't necessarily have to be a door hanger or a wood sign. I know this looks really streaky and cray-cray, but I grabbed a really bad brush. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Grabbed a pretty crappy brush, you know? Sometimes that happens. But I do think I like the yellow. I'm leaning more toward the yellow and maybe adding like a little black in there. But how stinking cute is he? Oh my gosh. He's adorable. Sorry, but he is, okay? I'm sorry, but he's cute. Okay, let me get that hair off of there. Oh, come on. Don't play with me. There we Okay, so while I'm waiting on this yellow to dry, let's decide. I need to paint this like a color. So I'm thinking I want it to be like a leather patch potentially. You know, I don't know, but I'm kind of leaning toward like not doing words. If somebody wants to do words, they can. Originally, my thought was like a piece of candy corn on there. And I know that sounds like, I'm just afraid to do a lot of wording because I feel like it'll be hard to read. I want to make sure that I put it the right way. But I don't know. I'm gonna do it brown and like wipe off the excess. I'm gonna use a wipe and just put a little bit of brown paint on here and then wipe it off just to do like a really pale like stain to make it look kind of like those little leather patches, you know, that they put on all them hats. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Do you tell me? Like, I really thought it would just be cute to put like a little piece of candy corn on it. And maybe right here for the candy. Maybe I could write that here for the candy with a little piece of candy corn. Would that be cute? I think it would be. Let's dry this right quick. Let's don't, because my hairdryer ain't turning on. Sheesh. I actually unplugged my hairdryer yesterday. I was recording a podcast and I didn't mean to and unplugged my hairdryer when I was trying to plug in my computer so that it did not die. So I want to dry that. I know, Gina, I think he's cute. I think he's just fun. I like to do fun, whimsical stuff, but I also lean a little bit traditional too. I know. I can go either way. I'm multifaceted. I'm also multi-crazy too. I do not like using a ring light when you have glasses on because it constantly shows like a glare and it drives me crazy. All right, I wanted to just kind of hit that for a second and let me do like the little like shape of the candy corn. And of course I'll add the lines on there for this for the you know, it'll have the file will have that on there. Let's see. Here for the candy. Here for the candy. Maybe no, let's see. Just here for the candy. Let's just go with it. Actually, wing it, sister. Wing it. Make it work. So I'm going to put me a little candy corn here. Okay, let that dry. Let me sketch out with my pencil. Of course, the etching will be on the file. So, well, I don't know. I'm a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs most day, but I appreciate your confidence in me. Gina. Let's see. Yep, I'm digging it. Okay, I'm actually going to do 2 little candy corns kind of overlapping. Because why not? Okay. So I'm going to take my paint pen and write it out so y'all can see it. I'm going to do it in black. So we're going to do... I want to do the deal in like that. Just here for the candy. And then I think if I take the stitching, I need to erase some of my paint, my pencil lines, because I changed the way my D looks. Okay. So we did just here for the candy. That's cute, ain't it? That is so cute. Just here for the candy. Okay, and then we're gonna make it look like little, should I have, with the stitches, they should be white stitches around the edge, correct? Not black, right? I feel like they should be white. But I'm kind of second guessing myself. So, and I'm actually going to go back over this with a little bit of a thicker pen because I like this better. I feel like the stitching around the edge should be white. Or I guess it could be like yellow, but I think it would be cute to be white, maybe. Just here for the condo. Okay, cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so I need to do some yellow. Does it have candy corn yellow at the bottom and orange in the middle? I can't remember. What's candy corn look like, y'all? Because I ain't got no way to tell up here. Is it orange on the bottom or yellow on the bottom? Because I don't remember. Somebody Google it. Somebody Google it for me. Because I don't remember. Let's do white stitches around the edge. Who's the most unprepared person that gets on a live? That would be Ashley from Paint It Up. If they were giving out awards, it would be me. Okay? It would be me. But I can't remember. I feel like orange is on the bottom. But I really don't know. I don't know. So help your friend out. Top is white, middle is yellow, and bottom is orange. You're the best, Gina. Yellow. Oh, wait. One of y'all said yellow's in the middle, and one of y'all said yellow's on the bottom. So which one's right? I felt like it was yellow in the middle, but I thought it was orange on the bottom, but then you know how it is. You second guess yourself. Yeah, that looks right. Orange on the bottom. Sometimes you just have to do it, but okay. And then I'll outline that so it'll have like the little pieces on there. But that's going to be cute. So let's go back now. Get all this mess out of my way. Let's go back and put another coat on this and then add the details. I just need to get a good like brush for doing his eyes and his nose and his mouth, because yellow just does not cover good, unfortunately. So we needed to do 2 coats on it, and that makes such a difference by getting a bigger brush. Sometimes when you're painting a bigger area, it works so much better when you have a brush that can cover and lay flat, because I was painting it with a small brush and it just sometimes doesn't work as good as doing it with a bigger brush that you can lay flat and really just do a couple of brush strokes. You don't have to keep going back over it and pulling the paint back off. So totally adorable. So cute. Love it so much. Okay, so we got a coat on all of that, and it just looks so much better, and it just covers a lot better too. And I think I was a good choice to go with the yellow. I'm glad I did that. I'm seeing them both ways, but more are showing yellow on the bottom. Oh, really? More are showing yellow on the bottom? Oh, snap. Now that you say that, yellow on the bottom looks right. Now that I look at it. Y'all are gems. Thanks. I know I have seen it both ways, but I did think that the yellow was on the bottom at first, but then I got to second guessing it when you said that. So, you know what? We're going to do yellow on the bottom. And if somebody says, that candy corn ain't right, I'm going to say, it's Gina's fault. It's Gina and Paula's fault. Because I didn't know. I didn't know. Because I couldn't look online to see. I was relying on my friends. They led me wrong. No, I'm kidding. You know what? Nobody will probably even notice, honestly. So, you know, anyway. I can't see the dang words on the screen. Google done did me wrong. Listen, Google will listen, you gotta be careful with Google. He'll hang it out to dry sometimes, you know. I'm gonna let that dry before I put it on there. And I do think I like the white, like little stitching around the edge. I think that's cute. I'm liking the white. We're gonna go with that. I think. Well, not I think, because we are. We're gonna go with it. But I am kind of wondering if my yellow shouldn't be just a smidge darker because it's on the candy, because my yellow looks a little pale. So I'm gonna just darken it up just a hint from the from what I used on the on the jack-o'-lantern. Just gotta get a brush that ain't stiff as a board over here. Okay, so there's the, like, yeah, I needed more like a bright yellow on there. Good deal. Okay, let's let that dry. Leave my little thing over here. And I think what I want to do is I want to go in and add like a little bit of a shadow in the eyes with black, just to give it a little bit of depth. So let's dry that really quick. May not be completely dry, but we're going with it. Because y'all know I don't like to dry. I don't like to waste time doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on this side and I'm going to do just like a little black line like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. A little black line like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then I'm going to use this to kind of do the same thing. But I think I'm just going to do it like in like a few random places, like to create some depth on the my little jack-o'-lantern here. I might have been doing it wrong, but whatever. I think I might end up just doing a black outline around the whole thing. I'm just letting that one side be a little bit thicker. Yeah, I think I like that better. I'm also going to use this black. That's cute. I'm going to use the black to do the little like lines on my pumpkin. Just a few little like accent lines, nothing like super detailed, but because I'm going to use black to outline the pumpkin too. Okay, let me get a little bit more black paint. Okay. And I'm going to go around the edge of my jack-o'-lantern. This paint is like super thick. Cute. And then I can use this to do around the bottom edge of the hat. So cute. And we'll just kind of pull up a little bit there, kind of smudge that. Okay, let me flip it around. Look at him. He's cute, ain't he? Stop. He's gonna be real cute when we get his little hat done. And sometimes I choose to do paint, and then other times I choose to do paint pens. It really, you know what? It just depends on my mood that day. Today, my mood is paint. Except this paint is like super thick. I need to thin it down a little bit with some water. So let me do that. So I'm just going in and like tracing around like all of the etch lines to give him some edging. Then I need to do like his little hat top right there. You can go around the edge here. Stop. That's gonna be so adorable. Hear me? So stinking adorable. All right, so let's come over here to my little thing here and let's dry my candy corn right quick. And I'm just going to use this smaller paint pen to just outline the candy corn and just sort of give it like some cute like little, it ain't completely dry. We're gonna make it work though. And I just did like some little dots and just added like some cute little I know, it's so sad. Dolly was so, I loved Dolly. Listen, I have like just, you know, my friend came over yesterday and was like, I need to borrow your Dolly earrings. I was like, okay. So I had to get my Dolly earrings out for her to wear. She's a teacher. And so it's just, you know, it's just such a sad thing because she was such an icon. And yeah, very sad, very sad. You know, I remember Tim Curry, but not like, I'm actually adding a little black on these stitches because I don't like just the white. I mean, I remember movies he's played in and stuff. Great actor, but yeah, sad. Really, really sad. Y'all, look how freaking cute that is. Shut up. You know, shut up. But yeah, I always hoped that like I would be able to like run into Dolly one time at, you know, the times I went to Dollywood. I'm like, I wish Dolly would show up and ride in here. And, you know, and I know she does go visit, but she had gotten older. But I kind of figured that honestly she was sick just because they had, you know, they had talked about her missing shows and she had come online and did some stuff. So I kind of do feel like, you know, oh yeah, from Home Alone, you are right. Yes. I forgot about that. But I just, you know, I just felt so, I felt in my heart that like she really was pretty sick because of the fact that they, you know, she hasn't been out in the public and she was kind of, you know, on video a lot, and she talked about not taking care of herself and all the things. So I think she was a lot sicker than we realized, and she put on, unfortunately, which is so sad for sure. Okay, so I want to go back on my, like, I'm going to use a paint pen here, and I'm going to do like some little highlights in my mouth and in my nose. Okay, nothing crazy. And then I'm just going to go and add like some brighter like highlights with my paint pen. So, y'all, look how stinking cute that is. Oh my gosh, can you just imagine like the things that you can do with the hat and how you can just like change it up and everything? I think that's like the fun part, is just all the ways you can like make your like jack-o'-lantern be all cutesy and stuff. And I love that. Look, just here for the candy. I love that. So adorable. So cute. Love it so much. And I'm gonna add like some fun ribbon on him and put a bow on him because he needs to be fun and cute. Y'all, this is why I don't wear shorts, because when I wear shorts, like my legs stick to every chair. Like me and my husband went to eat last night for supper because nobody was at my house, or my two boys, well, actually they were here, but they actually got food on their own and we didn't want that food. So we were like, you know, we're just gonna go eat. So we went and ate, and I was sitting in the chair, and it was like a plastic chair, and it almost pulled like the skin off my legs. Okay, pulled the skin off my legs. It was awful. So I do not like wearing shorts. That's why I usually wear leggings or pants, even in the summertime. Thanks, Gina. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, I thought he turned out cute. I love him. He makes me happy. But I do need to get some cute ribbon. I'll find that, and of course I'll post the picture of him with a cute little bow and all the things. But He makes me smile. This one's 18 inches. Normally I do 22, but I gotta go get some more wood because I'm out of wood, friends, and I can't get it till Friday when my husband is off work because he's my wood guy. Okay? So, and I mean, this is one too where you could use like the tulip paint if you wanted to add like some dimension to him and make him like, you know, have a little bit of fun, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. Why not? You know? So, yay. I think that turned out adorable, and I'm so glad you hung out with me and watched, and I will see y'all next time. So, yes, ripping off the dang hide of my legs. That's right. Skinning me. So, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Love y'all big.